I'm Beth Ann. Sawasdee ka, Beth Ann ka.
What's up? I'm Ayla. Sawasdee ka, Ayla ka.
This is Let's Talk BL, a boys love podcast.
Yindi Tong Rapsu, Let's Talk BL Citywide podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back.
We're so excited, y'all. We have been screaming about our favorite T-pop groups since we found T-pop.
Yes, for a while now, and we always get these DMs on Instagram where it's like, who is this group?
Yeah.
What is this song?
And it was a natural crossover because we were into K-pop and just pop music in general before we got into Thai culture and Thai entertainment. And so when we started discovering music within Thailand, I was like, Ayla, like even before I think I got you into BL, I was
you tried first with T-pop.
Yeah,
I remember this. You tried first.
We screamed SB5 I don't know how many times when we were in Thailand. But yeah, Copter was one of the first.
That was how you sent
T-pop people. I was
drunk.
like, you gotta know about She Drinks You Drunk.
Yes, you sent me the music video first. And so then, of course, everyone has heard us scream about Atlas. And so we were very lucky. We'll talk about this a little more later in this episode, that when we were in Bangkok, and we've told this story before, there were like so many Atlas appearances.
We had such good Atlas luck.
There were so many Atlas appearances, so many fan events because we were there during two members' birthdays. Two members' birthdays. The luck. So lucky.
Yes.
And so we went to some of these events because we were so excited. And we got to interact with some fans, some Thai fans. And we met a super awesome new friend who has very generously come on to talk to us today.
It's always fun when we have a fellow fangirl all the way from Thailand.
And so Belle is here with us today to give us some insight on the K-pop.
Yes, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Belle. So, สวัสดีค่ะ Belle ค่ะ ยินดีต้อนรับสู่ Let's Talk BL.
Yes,
thank
you.
Yeah, so we met at a fan event, and you were so nice to us. You were like, oh my gosh, hi, how are you guys? I can't believe you like T-pop.
I know. We always talk about how funny it was when we got to this event, and you were like, okay, this is what's going on. And we were like, yeah, we're here for this event
because
it was kind of tucked away. And so we were like, we're also an Atlas fan. And you were like, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was when we first met back in like last year around like mid-year. I think it's around August, right?
Yeah.
So I was like just there to explain like their Atlas Atlas member birthday gallery. And I was, didn't expect that there would be like Westerner or Western side fans that become a T-pop fan because, as you know, it's only like it's a recent wave of a pop culture that's coming back current in Thai entertainment industry, would say.
Yeah, we were like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun because we went and searched out this event and there was no one there yet because we couldn't go because we had like I think an interview the day of the actual like birthday, so we couldn't register and go to that part of it because we had to interview someone. So we were like, well, we still want to see it. We still want to see the gallery. And so there was no one there. It was like us. We went at like a weird time of day. We were like, we just want to see it.
It was so fun. So we got into T-pop, we've said a little bit over time. So you've seen T-pop start and just kind of where it's going. Tell us your start in T-pop. What group you got into first, kind of how you were introduced to it.
Well, honestly, I have to say I was born before 2000. So actually, I was grown up with the previous generation of T-pop. So that growing up with the pop culture. In that time, there were Kamikaze from RS label, and that they were I think it's run around almost 10 years and then fade off, and then it was back again with 9x9 project by Nadao Bangkok and Phonolog that they give their trainees and their stars to like doing the pioneer project for boy band in Thailand. And I think that was the start of the new generation of T-pop culture that was ongoing now for me, I think I would start myself from 9 by 9 project. I watched them a series, the Great Men Academy, the later one, and also the first one, In Family We Trust. You can check out that. I think it's on YouTube. Not sure, but you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
I check that. And they have I think they have 4 singles, and not launching the album, but they were like a temporary project that touring around Thailand and have a big concert, and it's very impressive. I think it start and lifted up the Thai pop culture from that, and many of them who were fans of the T-pop band right now were starting from that period, mostly from what I have been talking to, like most of the fans.
Oh, yeah. So it kind of went out and then came back. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, you started with 9 by 9, but who is your current favorite T-pop group? And then also, who's
Of
your bias?
course.
Very important.
Of course, we met at last member cafe. So my most favorite now was at last, of course, and my
Yes.
bias was Tat
Chad.
Member. Yeah,
Yes.
Tatty.
I don't want to speak for you,
Yes,
but
yes.
my current favorite T-pop group is also Atlas. In fact, I got Beth Ann into Atlas. I had
Yes.
found them just on YouTube. I found one of the dance practices, and dance practices are my favorite, even in K-pop.
Yeah.
And so I saw this dance practice, and they were having so much fun. Like they just looked like they were having fun, and it reminded me a lot of my old K-pop group. And so I was like, I think I love them.
Yeah.
And it was the Low Lay dance practice. It was before Mr. Lonely had come out.
Yeah.
And I was like, Beth Ann, you have to love them. And I sent her all the like Atlas at Play and the like at last but not least. I was like, watch it. They're so fun. They're so fun. And it took her a minute.
It did.
But finally she came over. And so my bias is Poom.
Yes.
I
love him.
Poom is very, very cute. He have he had a beautiful face.
Yes,
so cute.
True. Yeah, and my bias is Mulan.
Yes. So, you know.
So you like rapper.
Yeah, this is actually the first rapper.
Yeah.
Usually in K-pop, I like a good like singer, balladier kind of boy, but in T-pop it's different.
And usually in K-pop, I like the rappers.
Yeah.
So we like switch for T-pop.
Switch the position.
Oh my gosh! And we didn't do the same with Element. No.
But
also a singer. I don't know. Some T-pop has switched for me for what type of bias I like.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. So we have seen, as we've talked about, the T-pop kind of explosion over, I would say, like the last year or so, because a lot of the T-pop groups that we know debuted just a year ago,
2021.
right?
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah, we have like Atlas, Laz One, Proxy, Bam. A lot of these T-pop groups have just kind of in the past like year or two. So what has it been like to see T-pop grow in popularity? We now have T-pop Stage. You have shows that talk about T-pop. There's a lot of survival shows now putting groups together. What has it been like to see T-pop grow in Thailand specifically, and then internationally? Now that you've met,
the Westerners found it.
Oh, would say first thought that come in my mind, I would say that I am proud as Thai that finally we have something to proud of. We have talented boys and girls who like achieving their dreams, and turn out that not only like Thai fans who like them, but also like countries around us, or even like Westerners, European, USA, that turn out really like them like we do. So that I think like music is a universal language, like how had K-pop been, like it connects people. And not only that, I'm proud of, I'm very glad that it had been connecting people together, just like us now.
I know, like us, we were so excited. We were like, oh my god, she was so nice.
Very true.
So speaking of kind of like talking to fans that aren't Thai international fans, have you had a lot of opportunities to talk to and like interact with Western fans? Because in K-pop, there's always this not standoff, but like sometimes Korean fans and international fans don't get along the best in the K-pop fan world. But for us, when we were in Thailand, I mean, even when we were going to the Atlas like appearances, everyone was so nice and like welcoming and like, you know, like made sure we had a spot to stand in. Like I went to an appearance in one of the malls and we were up high and I was like, I just want to go downstairs to like see them closer. And like these fan groups were like, oh, here, just you can stand here for a few minutes. Like I'll move for you. Like everyone was so nice. So I'm curious to know like how much interaction you've been able to have with the new the new international fans.
Well, for the interaction with international fans, I have first. I think I have connect some of them via social media, like direct Instagram or even Twitter. Some of them I think from Latin America, and some of them were from Taiwan that I have like talked to some. But in offline event, just like you guys, I think because of the COVID in the past year, that it really hard for them to fly and let's say visit at last, and most of the schedule are in Thai. If not the fan base translation, then it's really hard to catch up with the events. And they did not have like the grand events like concert that allow international fans to book and to see them, like planning properly to see them. I think for well, I can claim for At Last the most because that's my favorite group. I think there is only one fan or mini concert fan meeting with the JNFT event that allow international fan to book the ticket. I saw some of them from Philippines fly over just to see them in the events, and I think that's probably the most I have interacted with.
Oh, so do you hope there will be more chances like coming up?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Because I think one of the reasons that we are very nice to you because well, by Thai nature we are being like that. But secondly, not only with Thai people, but like even fan base in our country, we would like them to be we would like the group to be discovered so that the more people know them, love them, the higher achievement they get, and that we are more proud of rather than keeping them alone with us.
Yeah.
You're not gonna hide them.
No. I like to like put them in a spotlight so that everyone can see them.
For sure. So speaking of T-pop events, again, we were so lucky to get 3 different events, and it was a little tricky to kind of find some of them, which we'll talk about in a minute, how to kind of navigate that. But what is your favorite T-pop event to attend?
Well, I think I like the mini concert one first. You know for sure that you have a spot to see them close. And rather than the event in the mall, because I think event in the mall, it really depends on the organizer whether they allow you to stand close or they need to like save the space for VIP guests or their client. So for me, the favorite event for the past year, well, from Atlas, of course, I think it's the JNFT one. Oh no, and can I pass another one? One of the second favorite, I think, when they appear as special guests in 4EVE concert.
Yeah. That's so fun.
So it probably be like mini concert, mini fan meeting, something that the most favorite one.
So speaking of 4EVE and Atlas, I always think this is so funny. I'm just curious, do you have a favorite 4EVE cover that Atlas does? Because so for anybody listening that doesn't really know, Atlas and 4EVE are under the same music label. And so Atlas they do covers of 4EVE songs sometimes. So do you have a favorite one that they do?
I think the most I like the most popular one. I'm not sure what's their name in English, but Wat Pala from
Oh,
For Eve. Yeah.
yeah. Hold on. I can pull up the English
Doesn't it
name.
have like a really long name?
Yeah, I can pull it up though because I really like that one
The
too.
one that had most view in For Eve and at
Yeah.
last covered.
Exceptional.
Is it no the Test Me?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
one?
Test Me. Yeah.
Test Me.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Those
I like that
always
one
be-
too. That's probably my favorite one.
Do you have a favorite cover that they do overall?
Um. Well, I like them all, but my favorite covered, right?
Yeah.
I think the Goodbye, that the special Goodbye song, they
Um,
covered for the Lunar New Year
Lunar
of
New
last
Year,
year.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
fun.
My favorite one is
yeah.
the Valentine's Day. Although Cinderella is really good.
Yeah,
Cinderella's
well, Cinderella was
so
really
good.
The
good.
Valentine's Day one is still my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time I listened to Cinderella was in, I think it's K-pop Confess. I was so surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
It's
crazy cover.
it's
Yeah,
so
It's so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
The
good.
choreography is excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, always choreography.
Oh, so
Yeah.
good.
The best.
Yeah, for sure. So there are so many different types of events that you can attend while you're in
Mhm.
Thailand between T-pop and BL and any appearance that any of these
Brand appearances.
people
So
make.
there's like mini concerts, there's brand appearances.
Yeah.
There's the like there was when we were in Thailand, the XOXO showcase was happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's all
Wow.
these different kinds of events that you can
Right,
go
because
to.
we don't have this in the States.
No.
Malls are quickly dying out, if not completely dead. And so it's one of those things where the malls in Thailand just constantly have an event going on. And so it's interesting to see because the chances are, if you're an international fan visiting Thailand, somebody will be doing something
At a mall.
Yeah.
somewhere. And
Especially I think when the New Year event, when the last quarter of a year, for a suggestion for some international fan who plans to come to Thailand, probably the best frequent event would appear on the last quarter of the year.
Oh.
So
yeah,
October, November, December, especially December.
right.
Oh, that is good to know if you're trying to plan for
For like
appearances.
when to
Yeah, for when to
go.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are other tips as far as where to find these events, how to even
How to
know
attend them.
to get there with you if you need tickets, if it's free, like what?
Do you have any tips for like a first time, a foreign person in Thailand that's like, I want to
Well,
go
if
see a T-pop group.
Yeah.
What do I do?
well, first it depends who's your favorite. If there was a very popular band, then I suggest you come to the event very early, and you can follow up the event from the official account schedule. They will post on mostly like even it's in Thai, but there are some like English that you could like guessing where exactly they will be because there are not many mall that they appear. Mostly are in like Siam or M Quartier,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. So you can stop by after the event. You can like shoppings and stuff, or even have something to eat around Siam would be the best. But maybe I suggest you choose your favorite bands and then see the schedule of on the period that you plan to visit Thailand and where do they appear on the day of events. If they had many fans, then yeah, I suggest you come pretty early. You
Yeah.
may you may like you may get a chance to see them sound check or
Yeah.
yeah, or rehearse for the like what you call rehearse for the position of performance and stuff. But
Yeah.
some of the label allow you to take a picture when they rehearse. Some of the label does not. So just be
Oh.
aware. Just keep in mind. Yeah, keep in mind that maybe you can, or some of them you can record it but not publish it until the event was appeared.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned get there early because that was a tip you gave us when we were in Thailand. We had told you, oh, we're going to the XOXO showcase. And you were like, you better get there early. For Eve is popular because For Eve was performing too,
Yeah.
not just at last. And we did. We got there super early. It was like, what, like
7
in the
a.m.
morning?
Yeah.
7 o'clock in the
And
morning.
the showcase wasn't until like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there were already people there, like waiting and ready. And so we kind of like checked it out and we were trying to figure out how to do it, but then we had to go because we were invited to a blessing ceremony for a series. So we were like, but it was also in Siam, so it was like right next to it. So we're like, okay, we're gonna go do that. And by the time we got back over to Siam Square where the showcase was, it was like packed all the way back.
It was wild. And it's an outside event. So people sat outside all day in Thailand waiting for this appearance, which is commitment.
So there's a lot of things about these appearances that are just different from the West. So the idea of a free appearance, we don't really have much of that in America.
I would say we have none of that at this point.
At this point, yeah, probably none of it is free. But even like maybe a couple years ago, there were still free appearances maybe once a year. So the idea of being able to just show up and watch them, you can't do that in America. And then there's also a culture of like getting your spot to watch the group. In America, it's very like competitive. And so something that really like not only confuses us, but that we've heard from like some fans have DM'd us and asked like, wait, how does this work? Is in the videos, if you're watching like the sound check, right? Because sometimes the videos of sound checks will come, you'll see, and we did a vlog at a Jung and Dunk appearance. And so we were like vlogging it, and people were like, I see like bags on the ground and like tape and stuff. And that's not something America even has. Like America would never even try to do that. What is that? How does it work? Like, I know I've kind of heard it's somewhat controversial, but just like, what is it? And is it something that like international fans can do, or is it mostly for like, you know, like the fan sites that are like taking the pictures? How does this whole like saving of spots work?
Oh yeah, as you mentioned, it's very controversial on this topic lately, especially lately. For me personally, I don't have problems with like saving the spot with tapes or even bags and something, because as you know, there are many like free appearance outdoor, and imagine the heat and temperature of Thailand. You know, it's very hard to like stick there, stuff your tummy, and be like very like wait for them for so long. It's not good for your health. For me personally, so I don't mind like saving the spot, but there are some controversial problems about like is it good for the mall overall or for the place overall, because when the event stopped, there were no one picking up the litters and trash, so it makes the place dirty. That's one of the problems. But there are some fan base of some band, some group that their culture that they pick up all the trash and stuff, so that's not the problem. So I think my suggestion for going and save the spot is to avoid the problems or the dramas. I think you better stuff yourself and wait there. So
just wait there.
No one can blame you. But if the event organizers allow you to like save the spot, some of the event organizers even give you a label to write on. That was fine. Yeah, but it's really depends. So, and it's not gonna pre-announce about this policy anywhere. So you have to like go very early just to find out whether they allowed you to save the spot or not. If not, then get something easy, grab some food, prepare the drinks, prepare the water, and embrace the heat.
Water and heat. For sure. It was so funny. The very first At Last appearance we got to go to when we were in Thailand was the Grab Foods one at Siam.
Oh
And
my
it was
God.
so hot that day. And we got a pretty good spot.
And it
We
was
got
covered, so
it was
that's
covered.
nice. There was some shade.
But we weren't under the shade.
No.
But we did get a pretty good spot kind of like to the side of the stage a little bit. And so it was a really good spot for us because we could see them kind of like backstage, like
Yeah.
getting ready to go. Anyways, it was a good spot. But it was like we're melting. And like, you know, we
Yeah.
wear the mask because we're in a big group and, you know, just for safety.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
were like, at one point, there was a group of 3 of us that we all wanted to see at last. Like we all love them. And a couple people left to go like into the mall to try and find like the portable fans because we were just
Yeah,
like so hot.
Yeah.
And then the water, like you definitely want water.
For sure.
water. Drinks a lot of water.
Yeah,
That's my
because by the
suggestion.
time we got that spot, I was like, I am not moving. I was like, there's no way
Yeah.
anybody's gonna make me go anywhere. I'm here.
But well, at one point, I think these culture were different among like BL fans and T-pop fans. I think T-pop fans were more serious about like saving spot. You are not allowed to, but I'm not sure how it's worked with BL fans. Like some of them are okay with saving spot. I think most of them do though. And well, what have I have observed among T-pop fans is that they don't treat like fan base or even fan sign account more privileged than other fans.
Whoa.
So all fans are equal, whether you are a fan sign or fan base or common fans. So you can just like if if you found out in any event, you can just like go there and just go early and save the spot.
Yeah.
You get to see them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I like that idea that everyone's kind of the
Everyone's the
same. You're all vying for attention from Atlas or whatever group
or
you're
any
following.
of your groups. Yeah, I think for me as like an American fan, the biggest difference I noticed is kind of like how nice everyone in Thailand is nice anyways.
So
It's just the
nice.
culture.
So helpful.
But all the fans are so nice because I'm a bit like I love music in general. So I go to a lot of American concerts too. And like people are friendly, but not necessarily like nice. So it's kind of a culture shock for Western fans, I think, to like come and go to appearances like this and have people just be like nice to each other.
Yeah.
It sounds so sad.
Sure.
Like that's so sad.
Absolutely. So, as international fans, we always want to support our favorite groups. And coming from the K-pop side, I remember getting into K-pop and not knowing exactly how to be a fan because a lot of this stuff felt inaccessible. And then social media became more of a thing, and you could connect with different fan bases, even within groups. You have different fan bases for different members. And so what is the best way for international fans to support groups overall? We have contributed to fan events in Thailand and gone to fan events in Thailand. So what is the best way for international fans to support their favorite artists
If they're not in Thailand.
Yes.
I think you can follow the official accounts in all social media and maybe like watch their streaming through like any music streaming because from what I have researched, I think that's one of the source of the group's income. So if you repeat watch them through like YouTube's content or music streaming, that was the most direct way to support them. But if you want, you know, you love some group, you want to see them in person. If you want to see them in person, I think like well, Atlas or Proxy or most band have the Twitter account and the Instagram account that recently post their schedule at all the time. But if you like to dig deep more into like personal detail, fan base was one of the good way to get to know them because like there were many followers on the fan base, so that fan base sometimes like doing some content to support their followers, or even like some big accounts, they're like they maybe some generate some campaign, generate the tagline to like to increasing up the engagement of the band. That's probably three way I think to support them the most outside from Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just like you can help trend, you can do all this stuff, which is
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
intimidating for international fans who don't read Thai.
Yeah.
But I think if you use the translate feature on Twitter,
Mhm.
it kind of, I mean, at least for me, it kind of makes sense because the translation isn't always exactly right. But you can you understand
Yes,
the
yeah.
general idea.
And
Yeah.
because Thai fans are so nice, I would also suggest don't be afraid to interact
Oh, yeah.
with different fan
Yeah,
bases,
yeah.
different fan clubs, because again, you guys are so willing to, you want to make these groups more popular. And the only way to do that is by welcoming other fans in.
Yeah.
And so that's always nice. If we have questions, if we have anything, we have always reached out to local fans because you guys know best. And so, yeah, thank you for kind of sharing your insight
helping us.
and helping us.
Yeah, I think Bethan was right. I think don't be afraid to interact with the local fan. Even they might not have the perfect English, but their English makes sense enough to understand what the
Yeah.
context of the wording or of the tweets of the post was. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so speaking of appearances and kind of fans helping fans, and if you can get to Thailand for fan, because we have so many people who have reached out to us and said, "I'm planning my trip to Thailand. Can you help me?" We always try our best to help because we've been there at this point. But from the expert, we have learned that with appearances, you kind of have to pick, like you were saying, your favorite group and just go to their appearance and like figure that out because there's so much that happens. But if you're having to pick between appearances, which actually happened to us one time with Atlas because we had like an interview that day, it was crazy. But do you have a favorite location for T-pop appearances? So if a fan is having to like pick between one or two to go to, what's your favorite like location?
I think the best location would be around Siam Station. So most event would appear at there. I think a Mellow Station stage that were set once a month. That
Oh,
was set at MBK ground
yeah.
floor, and Siam Block I at Siamscape. That one of the free space that hosts many free appearance. So around Siam area, and I think most mall appearance would be in Central World. So
Yeah.
there were connecting three malls that you can choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, they
probably
are
the
all
best.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the tips for as I say, December was the month that hosts most events. So you can just pick like big malls, Icon Siam, M Quartier, Central World, Siam Paragon, Siamscape. They will host many New Year events, and there were like there were a week that they were hosting events, and even step aside to Samyan Midtown, there also
Yeah.
be events that they host every year. So probably big peak December, the best month.
Yeah, we were trying to think about it too because we were like, okay, we want to ask her, but we were like, wait, what was our favorite? Because we went to so many things.
Yeah.
And I think we decided Siam area was probably like the best bet. But I'm torn because personally, we went to an Atlas event at Icon Siam. That was the best actual like performance we went to because it was so it was the gaming one, the like PC one,
Yeah.
that little concert.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one. And it was like because of where it was in the mall, it was like everyone was so close. The people in the back were super
Yeah.
close. Like and so I was like, yeah, that was the best one because we were so close.
And it was air conditioned.
And it was air conditioned.
yeah.
That's always nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Icon Siam and Central World, they'll usually be inside, so they're air conditioned.
Yes.
But yeah, Siam, like Siamscape, Siam Square would be outside, and
Yeah.
as I say, embrace the heat.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Just go with it.
you absolutely do.
Yeah.
So we've talked a lot about T-pop, and we of course are all very big T-pop fans. But have you gotten into other types of music, Western, K-pop? non-Thai that you're into?
I honestly I used to uh I was a K-pop fan, but I was followed Gen 2 K-pop, and then
Okay.
I was fade off as like Asian culture who like very focused on their study, so I fade off a bit when I get into college.
Mm.
And yeah, I think and I have listened to some like American pops and stuff. Yeah, just normal pop song.
Yeah. Do you
Nice.
have a favorite? Do you have somebody that you like really would want to see in concert
Oh,
someday?
um, well, unfortunately, I was awaiting for Trainee A debuts, but they're split off now, some of them. So, currently, I like New Jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I like their band concept and stuff, and Stray Kids, and because I really like. Oh yeah, I was into K hip hop too.
Ooh,
Yeah. I
cool.
love Stray
So
Kids. Yeah.
yeah, so I think probably Stray Kids that I want to see their live performance.
Oh, have they come to Thailand at all yet?
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna come on the 3rd February, but unfortunately, I have something else
Ugh.
I
on
know
that
that's
day
happening
going.
to me too. Stray Kids is
Yeah,
going to be in the state that we live in this month. Yeah, this month, and I can't go because I have something else
yeah.
to do, and I'm like so sad.
I was thinking about like maybe like book a ticket to Singapore because the competitiveness on booking ticket
Yeah.
was less than it was in
Oh,
Thailand. So I was thinking
interesting.
about it though. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting that Singapore
that's
is like
that's one of the other options for international fans, I guess,
Singapore.
to
That's
Singapore. Yeah,
oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So I know we all focus a lot on Atlas because we all love them so much.
yeah,
But
yeah,
do you have other T-pop groups that you listen to a lot? Like because
yeah.
everyone's going viral lately, right? Like Proxy just I liked Proxy before. Okay, I just want to say before Silent Mode, okay, and
Yeah.
but the reason everyone found out about Proxy is Silent Mode went viral on TikTok with that little
Uh-huh.
edit that everyone was doing with the little like
Yeah.
circle, you know,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
thing.
yeah. The format,
So
the tab, yeah.
yeah. So all of these T-pop groups go viral on TikTok. So do you have like kind of any others that you listen to regularly? Because for
Yeah.
us as international fans, we try to figure it out, right? We're like, okay, they're viral on TikTok. Maybe I should listen to them, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think well for international fans, one of the best ways to like follow on TikTok what's on a TikTok trend. For me, I like Proxy and well, other band would be a girl group. I like Pixie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
so cute.
Yeah.
And Bam has a very good music arrangement. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam is
Yeah,
super cool.
yeah, I think Lit Entertainment, their label, very producing a very good quality music, both
Oh.
lyric and the song arrangement.
Yeah, Bam is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of overlap with other groups doing members doing features on other songs. I
Yeah.
think
Right.
didn't one of the Four Eve members do a feature on a BAM
No,
song?
that's a Pixie Girl.
Oh, okay.
And they
Uh
are on the same
The
label,
same
so
label.
that's what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, Four Eve and Atlas do a lot of
For
things
even
together
Atlas do a lot
which
together,
is
yes.
fun.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's super cute. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This was so interesting. Is there anything else you want to share with international fans who
Who are discovering T-pop for the
Yes.
first time.
So, first of all, I think I would like to thank you all of the current fan who already discovered T-pop at last, especially. So, thank you. Um, well, as a representative of Thai fans, thank you so much for supporting them, love them, and please bring along your friends, your best friend, to love them like you do.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
maybe
Post
one
the
day when
content, you guys.
yeah, yeah, so one day probably when everything went viral and they might fly to visit you guys at your country.
Imagine.
I know.
That would
We're
be
Yeah,
so
so
fun.
curious as to who's going to be the first T-pop group to come
yeah,
to the
yeah, yeah,
state.
Yeah.
yeah, I was wondering too, because well not the T-pop fan, but I have like I know many of Thai singer alone that fly to do a concert in Thai restaurant, Thai pub in the US. But well, I
Oh.
think I would imagine, well, my dream would like to see, well, T-pop group setting the fan meet events or concert tour in the US or maybe somewhere around the world would be nice. I would
Yeah.
follow them though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's potential for kind of what KCON does in the States to do a T-Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with kind of how BL has gotten and T-pop, just to see that Thai culture make it internationally would be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be really cool. And a teaser for anyone who's listening. I'm trying to think when this episode comes out. Okay. This week.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on socials. When this episode comes out, it'll be this week. Keep an eye on socials. There might be an opportunity coming up for a potential fan event. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, go for it.
A fan event in the United States. One of the first ones ever.
Yes,
So pay attention this week.
Yes.
This Friday. Keep an eye out.
Yes.
Oh, before we go, can I just drop out the official YouTube contents for Atlas?
Yes.
You can come and check out. So what I start for Atlas, maybe you check out their dance practice and then their content at last but not least, at last at play. I think most of them have the subtitles.
We do,
And
yeah.
and 3 of the members speak fluent English, so come and love Atlas.
Yes, come and love Atlas. That's what got me. The first thing I saw was a dance practice, and then it was all over for me. I watched all the Atlas but not least, and they're so funny and like they're just fun boys.
And their music is awesome.
And the music is so good.
I play the music regularly, and I'm a nanny for a 2-year-old, and she loves Lole. As soon as we get in the car, she's like, "Play Lole, play Lole." I know. I'll have to post a video of her singing to Lole.
Yes, I've even managed to get some of my like American people into it. So like my husband, he has a favorite Atlas member. He does. It's Tad. He likes Tad best. Yes.
Great.
Yes,
I'll send him Tad souvenir for you.
He does. He loves Tad. He's like that one. He's like, who? I was like showing him Atlas, and he was like, that one. Who's that one? And I was like, that's Tad.
Yes.
Okay, wait.
So
before we go, I have one more
check out
question.
YouTube and streaming for Atlas.
Yes, stream Atlas. You said 3 members speak English. Is Jet the other one? I can never figure it out. Because Muon and Tad, but Jet does for sure.
Yeah. He's going to international school and he graduated from the UK.
In the UK, right? Because so we as fans, you get to hear Muon and Tad speak English like quite a bit, but I've never once heard Jet speak English. So I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe he doesn't speak English. I don't know. I've never heard him speak it. He does. Okay. Good to know.
Yes.
I had so much fun. This is really fun talking about this.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. I hope everyone gets into T-pop. It's such a fun new world of music.
Yeah.
If you love pop, if you came from like K-pop or even American Western pop,
right?
It's such like it's a fun new world, and the music is so good across any group that you like. Even if it's not Atlas, but it should be. You know, it's such a fun world. So I really hope everybody takes the time to check out T-pop. And when you're in Thailand, everyone who's DMing us saying, I'm planning my trip, go check out a T-pop event.
Yes.
I think it's super fun.
So fun.
Yes.
Thank you again for joining us. Wani Sanuk
Thank you too for the opportunity.
This has been Let's Talk BL. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow all things Let's Talk BL at Let's Talk BL.